I don't do these. You know I don't do these unless it's you or Nico or Ledge. I might fuck with Ledge when I fuck with Ledge. Ledge my brother. I might fuck with Ledge when I fuck with Ledge.
Yo, what up, though? Ledge here. Before we get into this important A Ward debut on the URL, A Ward versus T Top, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the announcement before this announcement, which is also a very good, dope battle, important battle, and that's Tay Roc versus Fonz. So these are the two announcements since Loaded Lux versus New Jersey Twerk was mentioned. Tay Roc versus Fonz, T Top versus A Ward. Man, look. Again, what up, though? I'm just saying, this is shaping up to be one of the best Summer Madness ever. URL TV is putting together sensible matchups with unique styles clashing, with first time, debuts for a star, mega matchups as the main event. Somebody like Fonz, who's well deserved, who done climbed the ranks. He's an in-house guy who's been there since I believe since like Norbs recruited him and all of that. So he's getting his just due. Main stage versus like the face of URL. Like this is, you know what? I ain't did this with y'all in a long time. URL, but I ain't gonna lie, man.
Look what I have created! I have made fire! I have made fire!
I think I got my swagger back.
Yo, like y'all have done that. Y'all got y'all swagger back. For real, for real. So real quick with Tay Roc and Fonz, and then we'll move on to the last announcement. Dope matchup. I think the keys to victory really for Tay Roc is just do what he does. He's just remain the same and just, throw a haymaker in there or two, get the crowd going. I remember when he battled Pat Stay, they went bonkers for Tay Roc, especially in that first round. Hell, when he was introduced, they went crazy. So they're going to love him. For Fonz over there, he might have to show a little, because like I said, that crowd is diverse. That crowd is very intelligent over there in the UK. They appreciate the art of all aspects of battle rap. They like gun bars. They like punching. They like character breakdowns. They also like a little humor. They like you being sarcastic and witty. Like kind of implemented. Like I would look to your Real Name Brandon battle, right? Like you had a little humor in there. You had a little humor in. Who was that you kind of you got up out of there? Was that Suge and you was cracking jokes and all that? No, John. When you had everybody repeating, I love my baby mama, I never let it go. Like that type of stuff, you do that and just be the elite puncher that you are, we can have a real, real good matchup. I love that matchup. So yeah, it's basically the keys to victory is more so is what Fonz has to do. Tay Roc can be the same, and he's going to get the love, and we're going to like his material. For Fonz, he can't just be punch reliant all 100%, 95%, but not 100. Throw in a little bit of personality in there, and you should be fine. Now A Ward making his debut on the URL. He got what he asked for, a respectful battle to showcase himself on the grand stage of URL against a real notable name, a name that matters, not just some random opponent, not some PG caliber opponent or some Crucible caliber opponent. Like it's T-Top, you know what I'm saying, who's solidified over there. But you also are doing it where I feel like he can have a fair shake. And I think that probably played a bigger part into A Ward saying yes finally than anything. It's like, you're not going to have me in the Nexus battles where it's just a whole bunch of URL cats rooting for their URL guy to kind of show A Ward why he ain't like that and gas him up. Like, no, this is pretty much neutral territory for both. Actually, it might favor A Ward a little bit being over there because he's pretty been well traveled. I remember him battling over there with like Real Deal, and I want to say it was like Chilla and Mad Flex and all them. So they know they're well aware of who he is, and obviously T Top being solidified with URL, they gonna know who he is. And yeah, I like the matchup. For T Top and A Ward, the keys to victory on this would be who is going to have the heavier angles. Because I feel like while T Top is noted for that, I think A Ward is just as good. That's just not. He's just so complete that people don't really highlight that as his best attribute. I think it's going to come down to who is a little bit quicker to the punch too, because sometimes T-Top, when he does this angling, he can kind of be slow paced. He can kind of lose the crowd. So for T-Top, if you're going to be heavy with your angles in this battle, you're going to use your slick talk, your little pocket that you be getting. You kind of got to be a little quicker, because with A Ward can go rapid fire. He can go mid tempo. He got different paces when he battles. And, that's always going to keep the ears, flowing for a viewer who's just paying attention. Because when you're in that slow flow mode, you be losing people. I think about one of them battles. I can't remember what battle it was, but it was on a big stage. I'm just like, this it. I don't know if it was against Arsenal or someone. It was one of those battles. I'm like, nobody won this battle. You know what I'm saying? Or was it Serious Jones? It was like somebody of that caliber. It was another big name. And it was just like, oh, it was John. John name is coming up a lot here. But it was the John battle. They both was like, eh. But you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you got to pick up the pace a little bit. Or, you might lose us. And for A Ward, don't feel the pressure. Don't feel like you got to do anything out of the normal because it's the URL, right? I would say you got to be a little more ferocious and all that, but actually you don't, because you're not in that setting where, people just want to hear street talk and, all of that. You can kind of really, really be yourself in this element. And I would say, like I said, if you're going to angle, be quick with the angles. If you're going to rebuttal, hopefully you don't overdo it. Again, that's another thing, succumbing to the pressure. You're on URL. Now you feel like not only can you just land one rebuttal, you got to give them their money's worth and get them 3 or 4. You don't have to do that, but if it comes to that, you just got to make sure they land and try to come up with some new topics and try to approach this with like a fresh new lens. You know what I'm saying? But I love this matchup for both. I think if T-Top can get A Ward out of there on his debut, this really reestablishes T-Top, like just his status. You know what I'm saying? If A Ward cooks T-Top, now we got the makings of something moving forward. Now the question is, does this mean A Ward is under contract with URL? I'm gonna, without talking to A Ward, I ain't talked to him. Shout out to A Ward's mom. She probably unsubscribed. Who knows? A Ward mom, if you unsubscribe, Mama Ward, I'm back, man. I don't know if you left because you thought it was done, but I'm back. But I haven't talked to them or nothing like that, so I don't know if that's the case. My just like sensibility on this would be like it's probably a one battle deal, or maybe like a multi-battle deal, where he battles T-Top here and in return, for giving him a debut of this magnitude on Summer Madness against T-Top, maybe he returns the favor in the second battle and battle one of the up-and-coming guys somewhere else in the U.S. And then, you know what I'm saying? It could be one of those, or it could just be a one-time thing, and if this goes well, we'll go from there with it. You know what I'm saying? One battle at a time. I don't think he's locked into like a 18, 12 month, contract or nothing like that. I would be shocked And if so, I gotta get him on the show and figure out why. You feel me? But other than that, I like this, man. T Top and A Ward, Tay Roc and Fonz, and then Loaded Lux versus New Jersey Twerk. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want y'all in the comments to tell me what y'all get his card so far. It's just obviously it's just on paper. We don't know how these battles are going to play out, right? It could be some snooze fest. Somebody could choke, yada yada. But just based on the potential of these battles, I got it like at a strong 8.5 to 9. I ain't gonna guess. I'm gonna give it a 8.5. 8.5 so far on the card. With these 3 battles, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, man. I'm loving it. Summer Madness 15 in London. I believe the date, what was it? Let me see it again because I'm not tripping. Yeah, September 21st. You know, get your tickets on sale. I believe this is watchbattle.com if you want to get the pay-per-view or something. I could be tripping, but listen, I'm invested in it. Y'all got me. I was kind of over watching battles like whole events, but if y'all listen, Shoddy Horror got to be on here, and if y'all can involve the women, that's it. Then you can wrap this thing up. Like that's all I need. I need to see Shoddy rep his country, and I need to see some women on here because they've been holding down battle rap as a whole. The women been holding down battle rap for at least the past post COVID. I ain't gonna hold you. They've been the most entertaining and intriguing matchups post COVID. So do that, and then this shit could be a 10 for real, for real. But that's my time. Yeah. Oh, one last thing. Members only content. Behind the scenes stuff. Only things that I'm privy to know. Nobody else knows. So if you want to be a member of that, I got tons of content. You can look at it. You know, you won't be able to watch it, but you'll just be able to see in the titles and stuff what I've been cooking up so far, and things like that. So yeah, if you want to become a member, join us. Like I said, you get loads of behind the scenes stuff, information, and then just some real life stuff that's not battle rap related as well. Just kicking it on a human level and all that good stuff. Yeah, so that's it. Peace and love.